Second verse. Hopefully not the same as the first. All right, round 2 begins. So I left off being really frustrated with the engine mounts. I have researched issues on some forums, and I actually wrote some questions and got some answers back on some of the forums. And here is the conclusion. So there's a lot of different engine mounts to choose from. The one I had was, I bought this at O'Reilly's, and you can order a bunch from O'Reilly's. They just had these on hand, and they were in the system for a 75 Corvette, which is what I wanted. And the problem is the width, it's too wide and it's too short. So the bolt it couldn't reach through the bolt. So this must be made for something different. Just so you know, these are I threw away the boxes so I couldn't return them. So I have engine mounts if people want them and they want to pay for shipping and have them for free. I have them. These are 2120WA 2285. So 2285 is the number, like the model number that is needed for these engines is what I could find. The 2120WA, could never figure out what WA stood for. What I ended up doing was kind of looking around quite a bit, and there's some cool aftermarket ones that have a significant amount of rubber on them. But I went with these off of Corvette Central. Scratch that, they do have a model number on them. So I got 302005, and they're called the locking engine mounts. You can read those. If you compare them, you can tell that they're significantly narrower. Hard to tell the depth, but they sit different. Like this bolt hole sits a little more up. So this bolt hole sits a little more up, but other than that, they look pretty similar except for the width. I just tested them on the bracket and they fit just perfect over the bracket. With that, time to find out if I gotta order some different ones. I really hope this works, because one guy said he had to try 3 times with 3 different brackets. I'm hoping that's not the case for me, but if it is, it is. I think I only bought new engine mounts because I forgot to take them off of the engine I sold. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really sure why I'm always getting this backwards. Got a lot of twisting to do for some reason. Don't get my hands pinched off is the goal. So far, so good. One of the guys on the forum told me he's had better luck, or if you get the one side in first, the other side goes in easier. Seems like I'm at the point in my life where I wish I could remember what he said. I think he said the passenger side. If you get the passenger side bolt in. So those are the engine mounts that worked for me, which is probably good to know a little bit. That's good. Now we can move on to other things. This one is kind of at an angle, and I'm just gonna shave into it a little bit everywhere and smooth it out a little so it gives it a little more room. I really shaved a lot off. So the lesson learned was to keep your old engine mounts is kind of the lesson. That's where I'm gonna stop today. It's getting late and I got a lot of stuff at work that I'm trying to take care of. Next time I gotta button up the engine. We're gonna be looking at, I don't know if the rear main seal needs to be cleaned up, but I have one to put in and I might do it for funsies because I've never done that before. So we might be putting the rear main seal in and then doing the little toilet paper trick to get the sleeve out of the crank to put the new sleeve in, get the flywheel measured up and put on, water pump, OptiSpark, harmonic balancer, an alternator. Due to work schedule, it's probably going to be about 10 more days until I can get onto this. And that's good because I got to order some gas tank mats and a fuel pump. And then after that, I should be ready to go load it up, get the transmission in, go grab the body. So sorry it's like a short update and all we did was put on the engine. I do think it's important to know what engine mounts to have because that will save somebody money, hopefully. And till next time.